Hey, g'day guys. So I'm pulling this LS400 down. We're going to do an external refresh, so we're not taking heads off. But the next job I'm going to do is lift the wiring loom off. The wiring loom is a bit scruffy. It's going to go to the bench and it's going to get a refab. So we'll do a bigger video on that. But before we get to that point, let's take it off the engine. I'm not sure if I'm going to include the front loom in this one or not. We might do that in a separate one. So the first thing I'm going to do is hook the throttle body off. Now I've found my socket, we're going to take the throttle body off. So, nuts off the top. Nuts under here. Oh, bolts, sorry. Bolts under there. And here. You can normally hit it like that. That was easy. Water pipe. No, it's not a pipe, it's a hose to the back. And the 10 series have a slightly different setup in the water pipes, hoses. They've got a little metal joiner in here. Unplug the throttle position sensor. Now what I do is I lift it out like that, give it a little twist, and off she comes. And look at the crap in there. Oh, that's awesome. I think we'll go back in time and we'll look at that at the EGR video. So I'm going to rattle these brackets off. Now, in this situation, be careful if you've got a wiring loom that is scruffy. These little fellas will fall out. And I'm going to pop them out because I really don't want them disappearing to places they shouldn't go. Over here, already got the exhaust manifolds off, so this loom's already free. You'll notice, oh, I didn't undo that bolt. It was already undone. It was missing. Starter loom is here. So we pop it off there. Pop off here, and there's these little fellas under here. So the trick on these is there's actually a little spot just here that'll allow you to get at it from the top. And there's one at the back here as well. So as I was saying before my battery rudely went flat, there's these little tabs. So you can see here's the lock. And there's actually a tab up here, like this, to allow you to access them. So that's the back half of the loom. I didn't have to undo any nuts, that someone had previously done it for me. We've got earths here and here. Earths, quite important. Now this engine was so dirty, I had it outside and water blasted it. And that took most of that stuff I talk about, this stuff, a lot of that was blasted off. So we'll just undo the injector plugs. You'll see I don't have to reach in and pop the tabs because they're already all broken. 4 out of 4 on this side. Earth bolts, I'm just going to pop back into their holes. Coming round to here, here's the water temp sensor. Wiring's all broken and buggered. EFI temp sensor, also broken. And the sensor itself, look how discoloured it is. The idle speed control, we removed the silicon. So you have to remove the silicon before the remainders of the plug. Okay, so you don't normally have to remove silicon. Hopefully there is actually a plug. On this side, we were going to remove the VSV. So that fuel tank VSV will go back on. However, the other one won't. On this side, bracket here. Use any cutting device possible to remove the zip ties. Oh wait, there's normally plugs. So that plug is broken, that's the 6-pin. The diagnostic box, you can just, there's a tab at the top, just pop that off. Hopefully it'll just pop off. This little 2-pin plug, you don't have to worry about popping the tab because it doesn't exist. Exposed wires there. Let's see on the injector plugs. That one was broken. That one was broken. Oh, hey, we've got a tab. 1. It's broken now. As soon as I touched it, it broke off. And that one was already off. The wiring also goes down to the oxygen sensor. I'd already, because I took the cover off there, that's already off. And there's the wiring loom off. I think we will do the front loom in a separate video. Remove the remainder of that clip, that's just going to break. As you can see, removing the wiring loom is quite straightforward. I didn't do the gearbox loom, Transmission. I'd already done the transmission loom because I'd already taken the transmission off. But when it's out of the car, you unplug it, just like the engine loom. As you can see, we had 7 broken injector plugs. We've got bare wires, crank sensor plug broken, coil plug broken, idle speed control broken, water temp gauge to the dash broken, and the EFI temp sensor. It was actually plugged in, but as soon as I touched the plug, it broke, and the temp sensor itself is discoloured. This car had some running issues. Can we see why? Right, loom's going on the bench, and on to the next job.